Welcome once again to the Comic Shop Reading Room. Issue
3.5.
3.5.2.1, whatever. This is a reshoot. And we wanted to say that specifically because if we don't touch on everything that was promised in this episode during issue 77 of the Comic Shop podcast, it's because we recorded this before we recorded the podcast. Then after we recorded the podcast, I checked the video and the audio was all wonky and out of sync. So we're going to do a reshoot. We don't touch on everything that we promised. I think we're going to.
I know I am.
Probably will, yeah. Just in case there's a couple details that got missed. Just wanted to lay that out there. So now it is the 8th
Yes.
of May. And
it was snowing out today.
it was nice. 98 for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Wanted to do a reshoot because we did not want this weekend to go by unrecognized because it was the weekend of Free Comic Book Day. The first Saturday in May every year is Free Comic Book Day. Hope you did the responsible thing and visited your brick and mortar, and also hope you did the responsible thing and also bought something while you were there instead of just scarfing out free books, even though free books is kind of like
We like
you like free books. You like free books. Okay, so Charles, we had talked about the fact that you recommended Exo Man of War, the relaunch, and we are going to talk about Exo Man of War, the relaunch, either next week or the week after. Probably going to be digital, but we wanted to table that because we definitely wanted. I anyway definitely wanted to mention Free Comic Book Day and showcase the stuff that I got visiting my local brick and mortar for Free Comic Book Day. My local brick and mortar is called Play the Game, Read the Story. It is a chain, but it's a small chain. It's only 3 stores, and it's all local within central and northern New York. So it's a great little place. I mean, they stock everything that you want them to stock. They stock all of the games, the accessories, the books, the wall books, the new issues, the competitive editions. There's a huge section in the back with tables. Every time I go in there, there's at least 4 or 5 tables back there doing. They're doing tabletops. They're doing Magic or some other card game. There's always somebody back there enjoying that space. It's a good kind of wonderful neutral space. They come, they can enjoy the games they like to play, and check out the stuff on the walls and the stuff on the racks on their way in and the way out. So I wanted to shout out my local brick and mortar, my local favorite, and then I wanted to talk about the books I got for Free Comic Book Day. I have 5 books. I'm going to spin through them real quick. 3 of them are actual Free Comic Book Day books, which there'll be screenshots of a couple of these covers, and you'll see at the top the Free Comic Book Day logo. This is the stuff that houses put out for free to try to wet your whistle, get you coming back and buying these titles.
It gives you a preview too.
And it gives you a preview, and they don't skimp on the storytelling or the art. Believe me, they don't skimp on the storytelling or the art at all. So the first one I want to talk about is an IDW joint.
Crazy.
And it is Rom,
Remember
the
that
Space
guy?
Knights from the 80s. If you are of a certain age, you know about this guy. You had this guy's action figure.
I certainly did.
Yeah, this
I had
is
it now.
the reason I think he's got his title right now is because there's a lot of talk about him being part of the Hasbro-verse, which they're kind of trying to launch. They're going to reboot G.I. Joe when Michael Bay finishes Transformers number 17. They're probably going to relaunch and bring in stuff like the Micronauts. And the cool thing about Free Comic Book Day books is they give you backstories. Like there's a backstory for this one for Action Man. But then in the middle, I mean, you open to the staple page, and you've got concept designs right there.
It looks like a Cylon on that.
It does kind of look like this. It does. So for how they changed the design of ROM just to update into 2016. The art is great. The storytelling is great. This is an excellent thing to kind of get your interest piqued in what they want to do with a title like ROM, given, what may happen with a character like ROM sometime in the near future. The next Free Comic Book Day is also another another IDW joint, and this is Star Trek The Next Generation of Mirror Broken. This happens within
The Dark Mirror universe.
the Mirror Universe, the Mirror Universe. This is the ISS Stargazer with Captain Picard in command. And his ruthlessness and his ambition within the Terran Empire, within the ISS, is what is going to end up he's going to use that to try to end up on the bridge of the ISS Enterprise. This particular story has Data figured pretty heavily in a really cool light. It's told from the point of view of Reg Barclay, Dwight Schultz. I'll remember him from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and it's really, really cool. It is really, really cool. It does a lot with the mirror universe that you expect it to do. There's also a mid-issue or a mid-book story, Star Trek Boldly Go, which is a little bit of Christopher Pine's Captain Kirk up in here, and then the backstory is Star Trek Green Lantern Stranger Worlds, where you have Guy Gardner at Starfleet Academy. Because why not?
Black Lantern, too.
What's that?
There was a Black Lantern.
Necron. Yep, there's Necron. The Necron's in the story right there. There's one of the Guardians from Oa. Yeah, so there's some
pretty cool stuff.
There's some pretty cool stuff. Free comic book day, ladies and gentlemen. So, like I said to Charles, we're going to table X-O Man of War. But, as it turns out, there's this other book that came out. So, and you open up the back cover, and the inside of the back cover says Harbinger Wars 2, 2018. And then you flip through it backwards, and you're into a Bloodshot story. And they say there's a page advertising Eternity, and that's coming this winter. And then you go past the Bloodshot story, and you have Psylords beginning this winter. And you go past the staple page, which is a
big old splash.
There you go. No, and you go past that, and we're into a prologue for Secret Weapons, which I know Charles has already recommended. Keep this on your radar. This is coming in the summer of 2017, I believe. And page 1 of this prologue, a word I've never heard before. Ornipathy. Ornipathy.
Sure.
But it actually says she can talk to birds. There you go. And all of this happens within the front cover, the front story, a prologue to the relaunch of X-O Man of War. Free comic book day. I'm telling you right now. So there's a couple other books, and these are not free comic book day books.
This is pretty cool.
This is pretty cool. This is not free comic book day books. These are books that, like Play the Game, and they do this every year. They took their back stock of back issues and stuff like that, stuff they just have laying around, they know is probably not going to sell. And they say, okay, let's put our label on it down in the corner, and we'll put these out for free, and we'll see if people bite on these titles. And you know what? It worked for me. It worked for me on one of these titles. Specifically, Venom, Space Knight, #1, was on their free table. This is not a free comic book day comic. This is the actual book. They said, let's put this out there. And I got into this, and this is a very cool, very funny, irreverent. The art is extremely Alex Ross-ish, as in it's very it's not stylized at all. And I've said before, you get too stylized and you turn me off when it comes to looking at comic books. And it's funny, and the story is engaging, and it makes me want to pick this book up. So the next time I'm in the shop, which is going to be probably next Monday, I'm going to ask them, hey, I know you don't have this in stock anymore. Could you order me up Space Knight numbers 2? I'll probably say #1 so I get it without the tag on it. Could you order me up number 1 to 5 of this? Because I know you don't have it in stock. And they're going to say, of course we can. We'll let you know when it comes in. This is Robbie Thompson and Ariel Olivetti. And it launched, like I said, the beginning of 2016. And this title, I know this title's working right now pretty hard, so free comic book day. Also free comic. This is the last of my books. I know I'm dragging on a little bit. When you go to free comic book day, you're going to find something for every reader. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if they're want to find new stories and new characters, if they want to explore new houses, if they want to explore the ideas that Valiant had, even though they've been reading Marvel or DC for years. Or if you have an older reader that wants to, catch up on legacy characters like Nightwing or Batman or anybody. Or if you have a younger reader in your house that takes the comic books and understands. Or if you have a crossover, like this little piece of happiness.
Some. The T is silent.
I know. Okay, so I found this on the free table. This is not a free comic, but this is something from their back stock. But they had it out as for a free comic book day. And I know that some is this collectible thing, like
Little plushies.
little squeezy thing.
They make them in small,
like
medium, and super.
like Shopkins kind of thing. And my oldest daughter has taken a liking to some, and so I got this and said, oh, I bet you she liked this. And then I read it, and within the first few pages, you've got the Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got Venom Space Knight when he was a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, you get the Collector mentioned, and then later you get a like a splash panel of like the Avengers fighting Ultrons, not like Ultron, but they're, I mean, come on. It's, okay, you did it right, because your parent, who happens to be a comic book fan, is going to pick this up and look at it and say, oh, there's the Guardians. Oh, they're talking about the Collector. Oh. And then you're going to keep reading. And then you're going to be interested in buying this. And comic books, I maintain that comic books are an excellent medium for kids. Because, I mean, it's reading. It's understanding storytelling. And comic books exist.
Comprehension, it expands your vocabulary.
Comic books exist as a strange bridge between just reading a book or watching a TV show or a movie, because it's kind of somewhere in between. Because you not only do you have the words, so you have to comprehend what they mean, but you have these visual expressions of the characters' feelings, and it really acts that way. And for my kids love comic books. They really do. They don't read them all the time, but when they glom onto one, they're all about it. And they're particularly fond of this one. Daddy did a good job with some. So that's my free comic book day haul. Sometime next week or the week after, we will be talking about the relaunch of X-O Man of War as per Charles. And then, you know what, probably at some point later this summer, we're going to end up talking about Secret Weapons, because that looks pretty good.
Sure.
So there you go. I'm done.
Okay.
Scott, what's up with you, man?
I'm not nearly as long-winded as you.
You're not. That's true.
However, there was a question about the Alex Ross stuff that I brought up in the last 2 episodes.
Yes.
So, and then I'm really more of a collector than just Alex Ross. But somebody asked about the stories that would compare to Kingdom Come.
Alex Ross.
Compared to Kingdom Come
Right.
and or Marvels. And I was like, I answered on there, I think it was Dan Hanley that asked, and I said, well, Earth X and Universe X are also third-person point of view, and so here they are. They're all cover art by Alex Ross, and they're gorgeous. They're probably going to be a
they're
bit glare.
written by Alex Ross.
Yes, the story is by Alex Ross. The inner art is not.
Oh, the man can't drive.
I can't remember his name, but I don't even have it out.
Yeah.
I also have the Wizard freebie one-shot. It's called Paradise X. It kind of explains all the different factions
That is
are
a
involved.
badass cover. It really is.
Yeah, you have to screenshot that.
I believe I already have.
But yeah, the story is the point of view of X-51, aka Machine Man or Aaron Stack, and he's being guided by Uatu the Watcher, and this is a total like what if kind of world, but it's so good. You pick up one and you're gonna go, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. See, I'm done. See, look at that.
You're like, it was a smile, but it was a condemning smile. Like, what do you have to talk?
Oh yeah, there's Earth X and it was also Universe X. I don't know how far that went, but I have the special number 1 of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Cool.
wicked good stuff.
All right.
It's so pretty.
So there we. Well, it's Alex Ross.
But yeah,
And Alex Ross as a writer
he's a really good writer.
is also not to be discounted.
Not at all.
Without a doubt. All right, so there you go. Got some Alex Ross goodness. Got some Marvel goodness.
I promise next week I won't bring Alex Ross.
You can bring Alex Ross. I mentioned this, I think, last week. It's like, if you're going to Jenny flick to something every week, Jenny flick to Alex Ross.
Well, I think I've run out of Alex Ross stuff that I own.
I'll find some. And we also got the free comic book day goodness. All right, our reminder to you, visit your brick and mortar on the reg. Support them, check them out, see what they have to offer. Pick up a book just based on the cover art. I did that. I picked up a book on free comic book day just based on the cover art.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you got to buy something, and I picked up 2 books. One of the books I picked up just because on the cover it was Kate Bishop Hawkeye, Gwenpool, and the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
I was like, okay,
that looks interesting.
I'm sold. And it was a pretty good book. I'm telling you that right now. All right, so this is the Comic Shop Reading Room. Our podcast is the Comic Shop, facebook.com/the Comic Shop 1. thecomicshoppod@gmail.com, the pointy downy thingy. Like and subscribe. And share, please. Let's keep this boat rolling. Let's keep this boat sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mixed
Keep
metaphors.
this train rolling.
I'm excellent at mixed metaphors. I'm telling you that right now. All right, so we're going to tie it up. We will see you next week in the reading room. Go back and listen to issue 77 of the Comic Shop. We will see you again next week. Be well.